My friends, we are going to be okay. We're going to make it through this. And the reason we're going to make it through this is because we are a family. And a family takes care of one another no matter what. I presume over the last week, since we've experienced this domestic isolation, many of us have focused on our own immediate families, trying to put our own affairs in order. And of course, that's the right thing to do. But as we go into our second week of this physical and social distancing, I would encourage you to extend one concentric circle beyond your immediate family. Try and reach out to neighbors, geographically speaking, and within the community at large. Call them, take out the shul calendar, look at the membership list in the back, see families that might be in need, some of the 6 decades and beyond group that might be hesitant to go out of the home. Call, check in, offer to run some errands. Along these lines, I want to share my mini virtual Drasha with you this Shabbat by pointing out the dissonance between the maftir and the Torah reading, which of course we will be reading from our living room couches and our Shabbos table this upcoming Shabbat. Starting with the double portion of Vayakel Pekudei, we see an emphasis on Kihila, Vayakel Moshe et kol adat b'nei Yisrael. Moshe gathers the entire people together to teach them and of course to bring them together for the purpose of the Mishkan, the collective project of the Jewish people, a place that emphasizes Tefillah b'tzibur, the sacred space and the sacred experience that's created when people come together for a common purpose of connecting to Hashem and connecting to each other. And then the maftir, on the other hand, which we will read from Parshat Bo, the Parshat HaChodesh, the first 20 psukim in Perek Yudbet of Shmot, which focuses on the Korban Pesach, one of the formative mitzvot in the narrative of Yetziat Mitzrayim, that is home-based. The psukim read Sel Abayit, that each household is meant to set aside a lamb. V'im yim'at habayit mihiyot miseh, but if a household is too small to finish all of the roasted meat, then v'lakach hu ushcheno hakarov el beito, then a family should share that with a neighbor that dwells nearby. The emphasis of Parshat HaChodesh, in stark distinction from the Parshiot of Vayakel Pekudei, is upon the home. It's home-based. The word bayit, I didn't count, but I would estimate comes up maybe 6 times in the psukim of our maftir. I encourage you to count with each other as you're sitting around on Shabbat morning. And the reason why that word is a repeating word is because it's a way of emphasizing that the narrative of Yetziat Mitzrayim, the redemption experience that created the Jewish people, that formed the Jewish nation, began at home. Why is that so? Why is it that the Korban Pesach is meant to be based in the home? How does this notion of chabura, of families grouping together based on geographical proximity, relate to our current moment when we are rediscovering our neighbors and the importance of local circles of care? I encourage you to think about this question, toss it around the Shabbos table, speak about it with one another. How does the structure of the Korban Pesach acknowledge and appreciate that not all families are large, supporting, and self-sustaining? And how does that relate to our moment and to our responsibility and our obligation to the atypical families who don't have the safety, stability, and security in their homes. There is a lot to think about, to talk about, and to do something proactively about after considering seriously the social structures of the Korban Pesach and how those compare to the social structures of our new reality. I'll conclude by saying that perhaps, I say this with great humility, this whole COVID-19 situation is sort of like Hashem pressing the restart button on our domestic life. That we are meant to act like the Jews in Egypt, preparing for their experience of collective redemption by being home-focused, by sanctifying the walls of our home. May we be blessed with the patience. It's certainly something that I need with my little kids driving me absolutely crazy. May we be blessed with the patience, with the midot tovot, with the ability to have Torah conversations, harmonious zmirot, and heartfelt tefillot within our homes. And may we be blessed to share some of that with our neighbors and with homes in our community that desperately need some of that warmth and some of that kedusha. I'll conclude by wishing you the words that we would have said all together as a community as we finish Sefer Shmot by reading Parshat Vayalka Pekudei this Shabbat, the familiar words of Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek. Be strong, and be courageous. We will carry on. We will get through this together. We will endure this new world if we can do it together. Shabbat Shalom.